Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. It's all praises to the world called God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem in the name of Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I wanted to make a lesson going on this because America is getting ready to be thrown into a real war on its soils, right? That's prophesied in the scriptures, right? And here it is, this recent incident, and if it be true, this is an evident sign that things is about to start heating up as far as a physical war front. We see the MOTB, that system is being pushed forth at breakneck speeds. Even at the Rakaya Kwam put in one of the chats. Take some of this shit out of here. 1 second, bros. You even had the brother Rakaya Kwam put in one of the chats. Mexico has makes biometric identifier mandatory for all citizens. So everything's pushing forward towards the end of the book, right? The revelation is said at the end. So this is befitting that these things are happening all at the same time. So I'm going to play this. Lord willing, all be edifying. Let's get into this.
Hey guys, Dabu7 was wondering if any of you out there experienced this situation in Myrtle Beach here this past week. We have an individual that you can see here that has caught video of this large object underwater. You can see the shadow of it in the videos. There was obviously something there. The police ran everybody off the beach, and he swears it was a submarine, and it looks like it was a submarine. So, what was it? Who was it? Why'd the police run everybody off the beach? Well, there's a second video that's on the right here, where he's saying the news stations and all them are kind of like threatening, and somehow seem to have figured out that he has more footage on his phone, and he brings up money. Until he gets his money, they're not going to get nothing or something, and because of that, I'm not going to share any of the video footage. Because if it's something like that, I'm just going to report on it. I'll leave a link so you guys can watch the footage, both video clips. But outside of that, it seems like this is a legitimate event. Like something massive was in the water at Myrtle Beach. They were observing it. They ran everybody off the beach. Did you witness this? Did anybody else out there witness it? It was this past week in Myrtle Beach. If you know of anything connected to it, let me know. Dabu7@yahoo.com.
You see? Now, Russia has in the past been caught a couple of times with, their ships going undetected, their submarines going undetected and coming into American waters. So the fact that this stuff is happening, they rushing people off, I mean, it's a possibility it really happened. It's a possibility that's what's going on. Well, when you go into prophecy, you go into the scriptures, then you see that this stuff is highly possible. So this is Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, in verse 9, it says, Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. And this is talking about what? You go to the first and second verse. Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, talking about Russia, right? Verse 10, it says, Thus say Yahweh power, it shall also come to pass that at the time, same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And this right here, it's like you've been talking, a nigga been talking shit, running and bumping his gums, threatening you, threatening your family, threatening your livelihood. And dude is trying to show restraint, but one day it just gets to be too much, so he start casing the house. And then this casing the dude's house that's causing the offense. And this is what's happening. It says, And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and that's America. There's no gates, there's no bars here. There's no real border like that here, right? The borders are the seas, right? So these are the unwalled villages. I will go to them that are that are at rest, and America is at rest. They're not worried about bombs flying and everything like that, like they are in Ukraine, Russia, like they are concerned whether or not the war is going to spill into Europe. This is a place that's at rest. It says, and I will go to them that are at rest, and that dwell safely, all them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. This is the place to dwell safely. There's been no real war that popped off here. You could sit here and bring up Pearl Harbor, but that was one bombing and that's it. It ended right there. Even when you bring up, September 11th, 9/11, even when you bring that up, all the information is out to show you that the events that surrounded that was an inside job. So this place hasn't really been hit by any real threat. So this is a place dwelling safely. It says, verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations. And this is a place where the nations are gathered out of, right? You can come here and every nation is here. Every nation is here in mass numbers. It's not just no little bit. All right, you come here, you got little China, you got a little Haiti, you got a little Japan, all that stuff, and different places. You go into the Midwest and Minnesota, you got a big ass Polish population. This is a place where all the nations are gathered. It says, which have gotten cattle and goods, and that dwell in the midst of the land, Sheba and Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, thou art come to take a spoil. And that's the concern. That's why do you think it was Russian? Why do you think the news outlets? Because they're trying to figure out what are they coming to do. Why was this ship off the coast? Are they coming to spoil this land? Are they coming to sit here and start the war? It says, hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil. You see? And this is what's on the minds of the people. When this stuff happened, you got to believe there's a cold red, and they're keeping a lot of things under wraps. Because I didn't hear about this, but by this. It hasn't been on the news like that and publicized. If the American people heard about that right now, they bro. As much worry and concern as they have, the people would be going crazy. Right? The panic buying, the preparing themselves. It'd be crazy. It says, Isaiah 47:1, it says, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, because the reason why this place is the virgin daughter, because it hasn't been penetrated by war. Right? This place is not being penetrated by war. It's been penetrated by, internal conflict, but there's been no real war here, where foreign troops just come and just start bombing this place to smithereens. It hasn't been like that here. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And why is it not going to be called tender and delicate anymore? Because war is going to be brought to the doorsteps of America. Take the millstone, grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover thy thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah. Thy shame shall be seen. All the wickedness that this place has done, it's all being exposed right now. How they just let, the Israeli state go rampant and commit a geographic side, right, with those people. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. And that's what the Lord of hosts, Yahweh by Shem Shai, is going to do. Right? The scriptures tell you Yahweh mustered the host of the battle. And that's what you're seeing. This is an evidence show that this stuff is moving forward. We don't know how much longer we have, but we know that it's a short time. Revelation 8:18 and 7. I'll start at 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, right? Talking about Babylon, the great America. And the Most High had remembered her iniquities. You see, this place is coming in remembrance. This is why these type of threats are coming here. Right? Because the Lord has remembered her iniquities. They're no longer going about and thinking they're getting away with certain things. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. And that's what's getting ready to happen. Right? How much she had glorified herself. All the movies that said America is the best army, strongest army. The presidents and all the movies just look down on all these foreign leaders. Even Trump's first presidency, the pride that he had. His look was more stout than his fellows. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And this is what America thought. And now that sorrow is inching towards, and the threat of a foreign invasion. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahweh's power who judges her. And how is that fire coming? That fire is coming by way of thermonuclear missiles, by way of war. Because that is prophesied in the scriptures. 2 words is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. That third destruction, that third world war, as part of that, and Russia is going to be used to put that on this earth, man. We don't see if there's going to be more information comes out on this, man. Who knows? I'm pretty sure they're going to try to keep this under wraps. Ezekiel 26 and I'll start at 2. It says, Son of man, it says, because that Tyrus has said against Jerusalem, aha, right? She is broken. That was the gates of the people. She is turned unto me, and I am replenished. Now she is laid waste. So this is talking about when the heathen took Jerusalem down, right? This is how they acted. This is how Babylon the Great acted too, right? These people were enthralled that Jake went down under them. Verse 3, it says, Thus say Yahweh power, behold, I am against thee, O Tyrus, and I will cause many nations to come up against thee, as a sea causeth his waves to come up. And that's what you're seeing, those many people. You don't know how many, submarines were able to get by. You don't know what countries actually have weaponry just stationed around the states, because now they have all this built up, military equipment, ways to jam signals and go undetected. So in these days, when you have reports like this popping up, when the scriptures say many nations to come up against thee, as a sea causeth his waves to come up, you don't know how many ships are really out there like that. It says, and I remember somebody, I think it was the elder, posted a video where a woman was talking about how there were, she had a dream and there were submarines and stuff surrounding the states and shooting missiles, right? And they shall destroy thy walls, and they shall destroy the walls of Tyrus, and break down the towers, and break down her towers. It says, I will also scrape her dust from her, and make her like the top of a rock. And when something is made like a top of a rock, meaning you bear it, you make it bare. It says, it shall be a place for the spreading of nets in the midst of the seas. Meaning what? There's not going to be anything built up here. It's just going to be straight desolate. for I have spoken it. And because when you go back in those, fishers and seamen, when they would spread their net, it's because they're trying to make sure that there's no holes. So you'd have to do that on a bare place, right? It shall be the place. It shall be a place for the spreading of nets in the midst of the sea. For I have spoken it, say Yahweh hosts, and it shall become a spoil to the nations. And that's what we're getting ready to see. And her daughters, which are in the field, shall be slain by the sword, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. And this is what's getting ready to happen. So it's real interesting that this all is going on right now. Right? Something to keep eyes peeled on, maybe more information to come out. I doubt it will, because they want to keep this under wraps as much as possible, because, panic at the time where, the president's ratings are down low, antitrust in the government is up high, and the people have this righteously so mindset of the government is doing too much. They got to keep this type of stuff silent, because they see, if the people see they're under threat like that, they're going to revolt to some extent. All right. But, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say call law. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. Shalom.